Kitchen brought to you by Gill's Appliances, Ends and Stems and Proclamation Pan. She's back for the final time. Chef Alison is here. Well, for the final time, at least to talk about the contest. We're not kicking you out.
This was a little series, so I hope it felt like some lessons along the way. And this is the last one, so it's also your last chance to win in the contest.
Yes, we mentioned it at the top of the show. We want to remind folks about it now in case you missed it. We do have this ongoing contest where you could win a beautiful fridge, or maybe some pans and a cooking lesson from you.
Lots of great
This is all around making the most of your food,
Right.
making sure no food goes to waste.
Right.
Whether it's
Saving money,
right?
It's easier to get dinner on the table, and reducing food waste is such an easy action you can take at home every day.
We are incorporating some leftovers into the recipe today. What do we need?
We're going to save some bread. You always have these heels and crusts left over, so I'm going to show you how to simply make breadcrumbs when it's convenient for you. This is not always convenient.
Yes.
But once a month or so, it could be. And then we're going to turn them into delicious chicken fingers with a yogurt marinade.
Okay.
Good for kids and adults.
What do we need for the marinade there?
I use chicken thighs because I think it tastes great when you pan sear it, but you could use anything that's boneless and skinless.
Sure.
And we're going to do yogurt, a couple spice blends, and then just our homemade breadcrumbs. And we're going to pan sear them.
Is this like Greek yogurt or just regular?
You could use whatever you have. The
Okay.
key part of the yogurt is that it has acidity and it helps make the chicken tender and keeps it really moist. That is Greek yogurt. That's what we like to eat in our house. But you could even use sour cream. You could use a mix of the two.
Yeah.
Truly, whatever you have. You could even use an egg and heavy cream if you have it as well.
Just make sure the yogurt is plain.
Plain yogurt.
I've seen cotton candy flavored yogurt on the shelves, so you might want to go with just plain.
No, we're not making strawberry chicken fingers. No. Plain yogurt.
You never know. If you get that lying around, you can always give it a try. All right, stick around. We'll get cooking and tell you more about the contest coming up.
Back in the Rhode Show kitchen, Alison Mumford is here. Ends and Stems is the place. What's in your fridge contest? It is going on right now. Don't forget to go to our website, click on the contest page. You can enter to win a beautiful, beautiful refrigerator from Gill's. Today we have yogurt marinated chicken fingers on the menu, and they look so good. So good.
Good timing.
Yes.
They're perfect. They're great for kids. They're mature enough for adults.
Right.
But what I want to talk about today is saving your extra bread. So I love to make my own breadcrumbs. If you have a food processor, it might be buried in the back of your cabinet, and you don't want to pull it out all that much.
Sure.
So the process I propose for you is to save in the freezer your random odds and ends of your bread. If you have a heel of sandwich bread, any variety, store it like this until you have one big bag in your freezer.
Yep.
So this might take you 2 months to fill up. Then you can take it out and put it through your food processor. And then this is like halfway done. So you can see it's still chunky. You keep going. You do a couple batches, and then you'll fill up a big Ziploc bag. And then you keep this in your freezer. And as you need breadcrumbs, you just always have a bag ready to go.
It's a great idea.
It's an easy process, and that way you only need to pull out your food processor like maybe once every 6 or 8 weeks.
Right.
And it's not that bad. Do it on a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
And then you can turn them into this.
Look, because I like this, because I like that they're not the smaller breadcrumbs that you buy in the container.
Yes.
I like that they're kind of chunky, and it kind of absorbs everything that you're kind of putting together,
Exactly.
right?
You get that beautiful texture,
Yes.
and throwing it back to your croutons from 2 weeks ago.
Which were delicious.
You kind of get that craggy texture on the end,
like
and it
that.
absorbs the butter, and it's super delicious. And I also love that you have a texture, or rather a flavor variety in here. So this might have been some wheat bread. This was some sourdough, and it's a little more interesting in flavor.
Right.
So we're going to marinate these in yogurt, which is also a little bit different. The classic breading is into the flour and then the egg, and it gets sticky on your hands.
Yeah.
This is much easier to do this way. I like to use a little bit of just like a mixed barbecue spice or chili powder, paprika, just something.
And also, this is regular yogurt, or is it like a Greek yogurt?
This is Greek yogurt,
Greek yogurt.
and as Michaela reminded us, plain, so don't use strawberry yogurt, but you can use any yogurt you need here. And what it does is it brings acidity to the chicken, and it helps it stay moist and tender. And these are chicken thighs that I just cut into little strips. You could do, honestly, any shape that works for you.
Right.
My kids like them smaller pieces, like little squares, because then you get more edges.
And I think the Greek yogurt probably hangs on to the
It
breadcrumbs
does.
better, right?
It does. You could use just regular yogurt, though. You could also use half yogurt, half sour cream. whatever you want to do there.
Right, okay.
And then we're going to pull these out of here, and then I'll turn on the pan while you kind of
Okay,
bread
I'll
those.
bread these.
So you put those in there,
Yep.
and then just
Okay,
coat
got
them on both sides. And it's so easy, and your hands stay cleaner this way. You don't have that big breading mess.
Yeah, but look at this, because I like how, look at how it's going to be nice and
Yeah.
crunchy. Look at how that is.
So this one has been in there a little while, and you can kind of see the
That's a
edges
good
on
one.
it. And I just like to shallow fry it, just a little bit of oil. I add a little bit of butter in there too, because
Right.
the butter brings the flavor.
All right, can I toss these in there?
Yeah, toss them in.
Hang on. Ah.
And depending on how hot your pan was and how comfortable you are with searing in this way, your chicken may or may not be cooked all the way through. If you're worried about it, you can put it on a sheet pan like this and pop it in the oven for 2 or 3 minutes
And it'll
just
be
to make
fine.
sure it's finished.
Got it.
And then my favorite thing to do, and this is what will make them taste like you got them in a restaurant, when they come out, sprinkle a little bit of salt on top.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though we had salt in there as we were cooking them, that salt on top will hit your tongue first, and that's what they do in restaurants to make them taste really salty.
I'm really bad with salt.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really bad. Like I know it's not good for me, and I'm bad
It's
with
so
salt.
simple, but
I
that's
know.
that special
I
thing
know.
when you serve
Yes.
these to somebody,
Right.
and you're like, wow, those are really good.
And that's the secret.
Just salt on top.
That's the
Yeah.
secret to it.
So we just cook these for a couple minutes on each side. It's really, really easy.
And then you can hang on to these and save these too. Like
Yes.
if everybody's not going to eat them, you obviously don't throw them away.
Exactly.
Hang on to them.
Yep.
Put them in put them with the salad.
We're gonna have them with a salad. We have a nice sauce. I put them in my kid's lunchbox.
Right.
You could also then put these back in the freezer and then heat them back up, and
then
they're
heat
ready
it
to
back
go.
up, and they're
yeah.
good to go. This is all
Right.
part of look. I mean, we waste food all the time. There's so many things
We
that
do.
we toss out, and this is a way not to throw away because it's a sin
Exactly.
to toss all this stuff
It's a
away.
waste of money, and it's one of the easiest things you could do to just be a little bit better for the planet. Is
Right.
to not throw food away.
Yeah, well, it's really great. Don't forget, go to our website and click on the contest page. You can enter to win the beautiful refrigerator part of the What's in Your Fridge contest.
This is the last week.
This is the last week. I
Yeah,
told you I'm going
we're
to miss
picking
you.
a winner next week.
I'm going to miss you not coming in,
I
but
know.
you need to come back.
I'll be back.
We're going to figure out a way because I like these tips.
Thank you so much.
This looks delicious. Lunch is served for us today. If you would like the recipe for this, you can head on over to our website, roadshow.com.
Frederickson Farms